I'm Abiola Jackson. This is the Entertainment News and Celebrity Gossip TV for Monday, April the 7th. In entertainment news, shout out to I'm All About the Truth. This is in regards to the entertainment news about Kenya Moore. She's the talk around town. Free Kenya Moore. That's the chant. Get her back on our HOA. So apparently fans are rallying for her to get back on the season 16 last episode of the RHOA. They're trying to rally to get her back on there. But Bravo's having none of it, as you know. They have suspended her indefinitely. But it hasn't stopped fans from coming to her defense. And Kenya Moore as well, she has apologized for her situation. She's on the Tamara Hall show. I'll let you listen to that. This is interesting. That was an interesting conversation. I'll let you listen to that just one moment.
If I could do it all over again, I believe the photos were very distasteful and I elevated the situation. I've elevated situations before, and I've taken full accountability for the things that I've done. I am sorry for what I've done. I didn't have to take it that far. But when I felt threatened, I've never had a child and be in a situation like this before. So that's why I escalated it to the point where I was protecting not only myself, but my child.
So that's Kenya Moore there. And you got some Kenya Moore fans. One of the fans, this is what he had to say. All right, so before we get to that, we're going to get to Cynthia Bailey. Listen to what she had to say about, they asked her about Kenya Moore.
Finale.
Hi, but how you feeling?
You know what? I am feeling super sweet, a little bittersweet. It's been a lot of ups and downs. But lots going on. But,
It's like
11 years in the game, consistent.
Back into terms of Kenya. How have you been in contact with her?
This is the Kenya Moore thing.
I have texted. We have had an exchange, but I honestly haven't talked to her lately.
Got you.
But the love for Kenya is always going to be there.
I love that.
Twirl is
I love that.
irreplaceable.
I love that.
It is the finale tonight. Sweet 16 finale.
So that's Kenya Moore. I mean, that's Cynthia Bailey giving her response. They're asking her about her thoughts about Kenya Moore. And now you got another person here, Marvin Sapp. So basically, you can see it here, Marvin Sapp. He's going in and saying he's saying the same things that everybody's saying, basically. Basically, making 3 threats, basically, to a cast member, and doing nothing to protect that cast member who is innocent. He's basically saying, he's going off like that in so many words. Because I guess the lady, she made, whoever that lady was, she made 3 different gun threats to Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore, I guess in her defense, she had to fight back. Or no, not fight back, but she had to basically lash out and basically, just basically stand up for herself. And then they're saying that I guess Bravo didn't do anything to come to her defense. That's basically what it was. They didn't come to her defense. So I guess that's the reason why one of the cast members, and I don't blame him either. I don't blame him either for not wanting to watch the show anymore. And I know a lot of cast members, they feel that way too. They feel the same way. That's why some of them are probably going to boycott the show. They're not going to watch unless Kenya Moore's there. You're not going to watch until Kenya Moore's got to be there. She ain't there. I'm not watching. Yeah, she not there. We're not going to watch. So I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, I know that that photo was out of bounds, but at the same time, it's like you gotta bury water under a bridge, and just let it be. I mean, it's a mistake. It happened, and she admitted, and Kenya Moore admitted that it was a mistake. But I mean, at the same time, you have to. You get. I mean, for the fans' sake and for the ratings, you want the ratings to be where it is. I mean, sometimes you gotta listen to the fans because that could affect the ratings. People know how valuable Kenya Moore is to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. They know how valuable she is. They already know how valuable she is. You know what I mean? So I mean, for her, for Bravo to do what they're doing and not have her come back on the show, just from a rating standpoint, because she's obviously she's an integral, she's a key, an important cast member for the show. So I mean, the thing is, you gotta have her on there. To me, I believe to me it's gonna affect the ratings. It'll affect the ratings to a certain degree. I believe it will affect the ratings. I believe it will. I believe it will, because look, you see a lot of people rallying behind her to get around the show because they know how valuable and important she is. And you know, she's not on there. Man, I don't know. That's not good. That's not good. I feel bad for her still. I mean, it's a mistake she made, and I feel bad for her that she's in that position. It's not a good position to be in. Like I said, I feel bad for her. It's not a good position to be in at all. No, and it wouldn't, like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if it wouldn't surprise me if people started to boycott that show. It wouldn't surprise me, because like I said, she's very important to the show. I mean, I understand where Bravo's coming from, but at the same time, they're not really, to me, they're not really seeing her side. They're not really seeing her side at all. They're not seeing her side at all, because look, she got threatened, according to this guy Marvin Sapp, what he's saying. She was threatened 3 times, gun violence 3 times. She was threatened 3 times by one of the cast members, and I guess Bravo didn't come to her defense. They didn't come to her defense. They didn't do anything, according to what he's saying. They didn't do anything. And then you want me to continue to watch the show? And I can't blame him either. I can't blame him. If it's one of your favorite cast members and they're doing that to one of your favorite cast members, you're gonna feel a certain way. So I don't blame him or anyone else feeling that way, that they don't want to watch the show anymore and they're gonna boycott the show. I can't blame them. I really can't blame them. You know, like I said, especially if it's one of your favorite cast members that's very important to the show. I don't blame them. Now, so we're gonna get other reactions to this as well. We have other cast members. They're letting you know. Claudia Jordan too. She had a lot to say about this. She gave her take on the importance and value of Kenya Moore on the show. Listen to what she had to say.
What do you think about everything going on with Kenya? She's no longer going to be on the upcoming season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I think that's tragic. I think, is it worth watching if she's not going to be on it? I think she's a big part of that success, and I hope it's only a temporary thing, if that's what she wants. I haven't spoken to her. I'm going to give her a call, though, after BT weekend and just, like, see if she's all right and what she's thinking of. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the details of everything. But she's never been a liar, though.
Yeah. So that's what she's come out and she said that, you know, her conscience is clear. She hasn't done anything wrong. Does that sound like Kenya? It sounds like,
yeah.
That sounds like,
you know, a lot of times people, Kenya will say something and people accuse her of being messy, only to find out years later she was telling the truth. Yeah. I've kind of been in that situation myself on that show.
So you feel like Bravo not having her on the upcoming season is a mistake, and that, you know, fans shouldn't tune in, or that they won't tune in?
I would never tell the fans not to tune in, because I will always want Housewives to do well, because I have fond memories and I love Bravo. But I think the fans want to see Kenya. And the fact that Portia and Kenya are in a good place now, Portia coming back with all her stuff that she has, I think it would be an epic season. Okay. I think they were setting up to be an epic season. Like, all the stuff that's been leaked, we're like, wait, what? I'm going to watch this year.
So how do you think that Kenya, you know, should move forward? You know, I know you said you hope that it's just a temporary thing, but do you think she should come back to the show in the future, or should she? What do you think?
I was just talking to a friend about this kind of stuff. Sometimes decisions like that have to be made for us because we never leave on our own. And I do believe in signs. Like maybe there's some big, huge opportunity like right around the corner for her that she doesn't even know about. You know, I just want what's best for her and whatever makes her happy. But I know that she got a good check because we used to have the same lawyer, and honey, there was more zeros on hers than it was on mine. I know she was getting paid. So.
Hey, Sheree. Hey.
This is
What's your
Sheree.
reaction to Kenya Moore leaving Real Housewives?
Oh my gosh, I hate to see my girl Kenya go out like that, but as an OG, it's kind of hard to sit back and watch the show kind of slowly sink the way it is. So I'm not happy. I don't like it.
You got any advice for her going forward?
Advice for Kenya? Listen, Kenya is a savage. I know she's not going down easy or quick, so we just gotta sit back and wait and see what happens. You know.
You ever thought about going back?
As an OG, yeah. I always feel like an OG's presence is always welcome or needed on the series, no matter what capacity. So I never say never. If the coin is right, I just might.
And what do you think that would need to be?
The money. The money. She's all about her money, her paper.
And why'd you leave?
Why did I leave? Because the coin wasn't right.
Oh god, that's funny. Oh my goodness. There you go, folks. Man, the two OGs. You heard from Claudia Jordan and the other lady. I think what's her name? Sherry. I forgot the other lady's name. Sherry Shepherd. Sorry, I think Sherry Shepherd. I forget the other lady's name. Her and the other OG. So I do apologize if I forgot her name. I apologize for that. But you heard from her and Claudia Jordan on Kenya Moore being off the show. Yeah, I hope I hope to get her back on the show. I hope they get her back on there, man. It would be nice. I'd like to see that. But you know, Bravo already. They're very, like I said from the beginning, they're very stingy, and they're very stingy and very tight ass with these kind of things. They're not too forgiving for these kind of situations. They're very tight ass and they're not forgiving. So they say she's suspended indefinitely. I mean, she gonna be back for the finale, season 16 finale. Yeah, it's just like I said, man. Some guys like that Marvin Sapp guy, the guy in the Twitter, you know. I see his point. I see what he's saying. I understand what he's saying. I mean, a lot of like I said, a lot of fans feel that way, the way he feel, and you know, it wouldn't surprise me if he stopped watching and others. He said he's going to stop watching and others might follow suit to stop watching the show too. It wouldn't surprise me because, like I said, she's a big part of that show. She's a huge part of that show. Everybody knows she's a big part of that show. She's huge. Everybody knows that. So when one missing link is gone from the show, then it has like a domino effect. You know, to a certain degree, there's a domino effect on the show. But that's all I got to say about this. Nothing else to say. That's it. You know, nothing else to say about this. That's it. Hit the like and subscribe button for more entertainment news, Celebrity Gossip TV. Let's hope we can get her back on the show. As you know, they got a petition and a rally for her to get her back on the show. We've seen this and heard about this through different social media and platforms. So we'll see what happens. Who knows? We'll see. That's all I got to say. Until next time, hit the like and subscribe. Peace. I'm out. Take care.